if I was training him or I was in his corner.
Floyd Mayweather is the latest boxing professional to criticize Gervonta Davis for his controversial draw with Lamont Roach. Now that Floyd Mayweather has done this, Gervonta Davis has the chance to attack both of his enemies, but there are so many of them that he might not be able to hurt them all.
First of all, Floyd don't never want to see no one like a fighter do better than them. Right. Why the say Terrence Crawford should fight?
Boxing pros like Shocker Stevenson, Terrence Crawford, Keyshawn Davis, Kermel Moton, Bill Haney, Devin Haney, and many more have come after Tank. Even Ryan Garcia, who came to support Tank after his last fight, is now against him. Floyd Mayweather's name was added to the list, but Tank attacked him right after he said something.
Hey,
Wow.
it's just my honest opinion. You know, but once again, I don't have no say-so.
Gervonta Davis will end a match without a win for the first time in his career. He will also hear the final bell after the 12th round, just 3 times in his career. The other 28 times Gervonta Davis ended the game with a knockout. The second time was different. Most boxing fans think that Gervonta Davis stole Lamont Roach's win, which is the main reason Mayweather showed up. Floyd says that he didn't say what he did because of their old fight, but because of what was going on with Gervonta Davis's draw.
Is
there like a
The last question guys ever right
is
there.
there like a love hate though? Like
Yeah.
fighter?
Yeah, I love the fighter. Like, I ain't gonna lie, if he was like chill, like he'll be the smoothest. But
And to be honest, more boxing pros have come out for Tank after this fight than they've done in a while. Initially, the match against Lamont Roach was expected to have a low turnout. However, with over 19,000 fans, the fight set a Barclays Center record, and to the surprise of many, the fight has attracted more comments from boxing professionals than any of Gervonta Davis's recent fights. Floyd Mayweather, who has been in this kind of position before, spoke out against Gervonta Davis for paying the judges to give him a good score in the fight. This was no different from the comments from the majority of boxing pros who feel exactly the same way about the fight, saying the incident in the 9th round that saw Gervonta Davis take a knee for whatever reason should never have happened.
You know, when these guys, you know, certain fighters, when they want to fight, our job is to line it up. And us fighters, we're warriors. We always gonna.
Mayweather said Gervonta Davis lost the fight but has his record saved because of whatever he'd done with the crook judges ahead of the fight. The controversy, as almost always, appeared on a weekend intended for the great boxing fights. The one featuring Sandor Martin had its own and meant the Spaniard's defeat to Alberto Pell after a close decision. The one involving Gervonta Davis directly can be treated, and is treated, in the United States of America as a scandal because the man who was called the face of boxing saw his zero in the lost column saved for a questionable reason. Tank used his knee on the ground and should lose a point for the fall, but it was not removed.
you know what I mean? He's a great fighter. And my bad. And
you're good, man.
And he
The lightweight champion explained that there was grease from his hairstyle, dreadlocks, in his eyes, which stopped him from seeing the judges. He gave a draw, and Lamont Roach was left without sprinting the surprise and a fight that he should win according to the scoring standards. The move that scandalizes boxing, Mayweather suffered it and came back. The scandal is remarkable. The hairstyle is at the center of it all, and that's where the questions begin. I styled him on Wednesday. The fight was on Saturday. He was with the press. He trained in the gym and the weigh-in. There are no reasons. How much grease did I use? Explained the fighter stylist found by Lee, the brand on social media.
I don't want to say like he's just a scumbag, but it's like he's a great fighter, and sometimes he can.
Gervonta explained that he put his knee on the canvas because he couldn't see and had to ask for the towel from his corner, something that is also not possible. I brushed his hair on Wednesday. The fight was on Saturday. He was with the press, practiced in the gym, and the weigh-in. There are no reasons. How much grease did I use? The strange situation came after a great combination at close range from Roach. After such a close fight, it was normal in such a close fight but the referee did not deduct points, and the scorecard showed a draw. Davis was defending his crown for more discussion. Boxing history shows stars being able to face similar situations to those of the Baltimore fighter. The biggest example, and one that those in the know remember, was what happened to Floyd Mayweather. There were few men who were truly able to give Mayweather problems when inside the ring. Record-breaking. Oscar de la Hoya won his fight with Mayweather on one of the judges' scorecards, but lost the fight via split decision in what was one of the closest fights of the unbeatable champion's career. No other boxer has even been able to take Mayweather to a split decision victory, showing his dominance as well as not being pushed on the scorecards. Fighters have struggled to inflict real damage on Mayweather, as the fighter has only been knocked down once in his professional career. However, the knockdown did not come as a result of a threatening punch.
It's called the knockdown. And there's something wrong with the left hand of Floyd Mayweather. We're not exactly sure.
Of 2001, Mayweather would take on Carlos Hernandez on February 1, 33, in an attempt to protect his World Boxing Council super featherweight title. Money would be trying to make his 8th defense of the title. However, he would have an odd moment in the bout. He was still a promising fighter with 25 when he met El Salvador's Carlos Cielo Hernandez for the lineal and World Boxing Council super featherweight crown. Despite winning the fight, Mayweather would receive an 8 count in the 6th round of the fight. However, Hernandez did not put the fighter down. Mayweather took a knee in the 6th round of the bout despite not having suffered any major damage from his opponent.
Just the pain from his hand? Wow, now Floyd letting the left hand go.
However, Mayweather was clearly hurting after taking the Mayweather began to point to his corner as if something was wrong with his left hand. Despite the supposed injury, Mayweather was able to continue and win the fight despite the knockdown being scored in favor of Hernandez. Mayweather would still win convincingly on the judges' scorecards instantly. He was deducted a point, but it didn't matter to the winner, and he accelerated to take the unanimous decision at the Van Andel Arena in Michigan. Mayweather-Hernandez fight. You guys should watch that fight. Some of you. He kneels down because something hurts his hand. He points out the fall, and it does not come from a blow. Remember Terence Crawford, one of the great stars of world boxing.
Will he be a one-armed bandit though tonight? Hold on to his title. Instead he seems absolutely perplexed. The big right hand's landing now.
Just when Gervonta Davis talked about Mayweather wanting him to lose, he went ahead and drew for the first time a story Mayweather couldn't relate to in any way. Floyd Mayweather has only been taken to a split or majority decision by 3 fighters. Dominance was clear whenever Mayweather stepped into the ring. Among his 50 fights, only 3 fighters were able to not get stopped or not lose unanimously to Mayweather. Even Manny Pacquiao, who was described by Mayweather as the best boxer he's met, was not able to cause disruption to the scorecards in their fight.
The winner by unanimous decision and still the undefeated super featherweight champion of the world, Pretty Boy.
The first fighter to do this was De La Hoya, who won 115-113 on Tom Catmore's scorecard in their 2007 bout. However, the other 2 judges favored Mayweather in their scoring. Mayweather was then taken to back-to-back majority votes in 2013 and 2014. Canelo Alvarez would be the loser of his bout with Mayweather via majority decision, while Marcos Maidana would also suffer the same fate.
The undefeated super featherweight champion of the world, Pretty Boy, Floyd Mayweather.
Maidana would earn a rematch with Mayweather. However, he would lose unanimously in their welterweight fight. As for Mayweather and Gervonta Davis, this becomes the latest feud between them, but it's looking like Mayweather is having the last laugh after Gervonta Davis had his major fall off. And while he looks to bounce back, it's general knowledge that this is such a big debt to his boxing image.
Finna be there. That don't make no fucking sense. He don't never want to see nobody be better than him. I'm telling you.
In one of Gervonta Davis's latest interviews with Jay Hill, he made some shocking admissions. Well, One of the most controversial ones was about Floyd Mayweather, where he told the truth behind some crazy happenings between him and Floyd Mayweather. He claimed Mayweather has always wanted a loss for him. Sadly, Mayweather has come close to having his wish for Gervonta Davis realized. Of course, Floyd wouldn't keep quiet, and he's set to distract Gervonta Davis from his world title fight one more time.
Well, my thing is, I've always been there for him from day one. We had a game plan, and my game plan was to help him become world champion and take things to that next level.
But here's what really happened. Fighting star Gervonta "Tank" Davis was once a protege of boxing star Floyd Mayweather, but the two no longer speak. They had a very public split, which Davis moved on from and became a better fighter from and an even bigger star, both in America and worldwide. Speaking on the Mr. J. Hill show, Davis opened up on what happened with Mayweather.
Ooh, if you don't mind. If you don't want to, it's fine.
Joseph Pedraza, my first world title. I was 16-0. I was 21.
Once you get around someone you look up to, like Mayweather, you realize they're not who they present themselves to be. It's a letdown, and it hurts. I just go my own way and do my own thing. With Floyd, there were cases where he put me in lose-lose scenarios, like my first world title fight against Jose Pedraza. I was 160 pounds, 21 years old, hadn't fought in 7 or 8 months, and wasn't making much money. Maybe one okay a fight. They came back and told me I've got to fight him, that if I didn't fight him, I'd be shelled. I got evicted and had to sell my car for sure. Floyd did that knowingly. I was letting other boxers know what was going, giving them games so they wouldn't end up there. Now when they say they want to fight me, it feels like betrayal. He added, I respect and thank him for what he did, but it was more like he gave me crumbs, like $10,000 or $15,000 to help my mom out of the hood. That's not enough. She'd be back in the hood in months, and I'd be asking for more. I learned people can put you in a situation where you always need them feeding you just enough to keep you coming back. When I was signed to the same management as Floyd, they started taking over my business.
And I haven't fought in like 7 or 8 months. And around that time, I wasn't making that much money. I probably was making like $10,000 a fight. So 6 months is crazy to not fight, you know? So when they came back and it was like...
Boxing legend Mayweather guided Tank during the majority of his career as Davis won world titles in multiple weight classes and became widely regarded as one of the most exciting fighters in the sport. The two then parted ways in 2022, and things have apparently turned hostile since then, with both men having fired insults in the opposite direction in the years that have followed. Davis has now revealed that his former mentor, Mayweather, once put him in a fight where he wanted Tank to lose, explaining to the J. Hill podcast how things happened.
You gotta fight. He was like, you gotta fight this fighter, which is Joseph Pedraza. If you don't fight him, you're not fighting. You like sitting on the...
It's never good to hear these things, but at least Davis has opened up on what happened with Mayweather and his advertising company. An old chapter had been reopened regarding the turbulent friendship between Gervonta Davis and Floyd Mayweather at the time. It was never opened by either of the pair, but by two of Gervonta Davis's coaches.
He's like a son to Floyd. Why would you put him out? How could you put him out?
You hardly would hear the devastating things Floyd Mayweather did to Gervonta Davis and still have a good image of the boxing legend. In fact, the recent findings just justify every one of Gervonta Davis's negative actions towards Floyd Mayweather.
It's a different type of beast that dad coaches stuff. You know what I'm saying? There's emotions in it.
The bond between boxing superstar Floyd Mayweather Jr. and Gervonta "Tank" Davis once seemed unbreakable, often compared to a father-son dynamic. The bond they shared has since unraveled. However, tension emerged when Davis accused Mayweather of banning him from his gym during training for his 2023 showdown against Ryan Garcia, though Davis officially parted ways with Mayweather Promotions. In 2022, Mayweather openly claimed he had no hard feelings. Really? Mayweather was not mad about it.
No, that situation, boy, is heavy, you know. Biggest fight of his career coming up. And you put him...
Nothing lasts forever. I will always love Tank. I like him, love him, And look at him as a kid. He has to do what's best for him, he said. But soon Tank started taking digs at the older pugilist. But soon after, Davis began openly criticizing his former mentor, accusing him of unresolved financial problems in Dubai. The situation has only escalated since then, with both sides making subtle jabs at each other. Remember how the 29-year-old claimed that Pretty Boy was stuck in Dubai over unpaid debts? Things went downhill from there, so much so that people are guessing about between them now. Davis's teachers have shared their thoughts about money. Calvin Ford shared what went on behind the scenes in a clip uploaded on his Instagram handle.
Jim, why? You want him to lose? That's the question. Do you want him to lose?
Now as Davis continues to shine in the ring, his coaches are speaking out about Mayweather's actions and raising concerns over his decision to supposedly bar Davis from his training facility. At such a critical time, Davis's trainer Calvin Ford, along with assistant coach Kenny Ellis, recently voiced their frustrations in a video shared on Ford's Instagram. Ellis didn't hold back, questioning Mayweather's goals. If Tank is like a son to Floyd, why would you put him out of the gym for the biggest fight of his career and you ban him? Why did you want him to lose? That's the question. Do you want him to lose? The tone was clearly frustrated as the coaches painted a picture of betrayal.
Sometimes people do things without thinking. You know, it's like the situation that we supposedly got put out the gym. We kept it quiet.
Ford echoed similar worries, describing the emotional complexity of the bond. He recounted a conversation with Mayweather where the boxing legend denied having blocked Davis from using the gym. However, both coaches stay adamant that Mayweather needed to be held accountable. Ellis went as far as to push the media to ask Mayweather directly about his motives. I would love for the media to ask him what was on his mind when he put Tank out of the gym despite the stress. Ford also saw a silver lining.
We went shopping, hanging out, having fun. I got a phone call. No, I called.
Reflecting on the incident, he noticed it was a lesson within a lesson. What felt negative was actually good. Tank worked harder, and the results showed that hard work paid off when Davis knocked out Ryan Garcia in the 7th round, securing his place as one of the sport's elite fighters. He shed light on Mayweather Jr. and Davis's emotional state, and he called it a different type of beast. He continued, "That dad coaching stuff, you get what I'm saying? It's feelings in it. You know that situation? Whoa, it's heavy, you know."
Questions? Oh, hell no, that didn't happen. You know, so I let it go because I'm thinking somebody playing the game until we got back here. And then when we got back here, they said they couldn't let it to the gym.
The Baltimore coach then explained how he called Mayweather and questioned him about not allowing Tank in his gym. However, the undefeated boxer denied doing any such thing. Both the coaches put the accountability on Mayweather, and Ellis even said, "I would love for the media to ask him, what was on your mind when you put Tank out of the gym? We are from Baltimore, man. Any situation we stay 10 toes down. The grind doesn't stop." However, Ford tried to see the positives. I recall that day vividly. It was a lesson within a lesson. It was not a negative experience. In fact, it was quite the opposite, as it helped them overcome significant obstacles that they initially perceived as adverse. Was in reality beneficial. One must discern the light within the darkness, and we recognized it. It was indeed good, he wrote in the caption, and also said something similar in the video.
Yeah. We from Baltimore, man. In any situation, we stand 10 toes down. The grind don't stop.
According to Ford, it allowed the 30-0 record holder to work a little harder, and the result was the 7th round knockout of King Ryan. Well, you see, they met back in 2015, 2 years after the younger boxer made his pro start. Mayweather saw Davis during one of Adrian Bronner's training camps, and that's how the latter joined Mayweather Promotions. Mayweather and Davis worked closely together, with Mayweather trying to mold Davis into a superstar. Their connection was a very strong one, and they shared a mentor-protege bond.
Let's go, Ryan! He can upset the world over there. Oh, yeah. I like seeing small steps. Oh, yeah.
However, it all started when Floyd Mayweather went on an interview with Fight Height and scolded boxers who were so much after luxuries that they weren't paying attention to their skills. It got so bad that Floyd Mayweather involved Shocker Stevenson, lied about Gervonta Davis's fight, and mocked the Baltimore champion in April. A few days after the big fight between Ryan Garcia and Devin Haney, Mayweather went on a rant attacking an unnamed group of boxers.
Y'all looking at the end. Y'all looking at the end results. Y'all not looking at the shit where y'all gonna look at the interview and Zab gonna tell y'all, you know, with me being champion.
He called them out for not taking the craft seriously and instead focusing on their looks in the ring. Pretty Boy Floyd then used his success as a point of comparison. The athlete argued that they're only looking at the finished product of who he is as motivation, not the work he put in to get there. And that's all for now. For the very best updates on news, moments, events, and actions in the world of boxing, stay linked with us by subscribing to our YouTube channel. And don't forget to turn on notifications to get notified when we drop quality content like this. Until next time, peace out.